Just another quick addition to the previous video, because I was talking about triggers, and as I kept walking I remembered how Eckhart Tolle explains the pain bodies. Right? If you've never heard of that concept, I highly encourage you to read it and check it out. Right? He's written a book that's called The Power of Now, and when I first bought that book in around 2006 or something like that, I was going through my PTSD crisis, and my mental health was like I was in a very unstable space. And I started reading, and I only got to about page 15. It absolutely made no sense whatsoever. I could not read it. It was boring. It felt like he really doesn't get me and stuff. So if that's you, just put it aside for now. It's not the right book. But I was reading it in the more recent years, and he just, like from the first page pretty much, it just grabbed me. Oh my god, why didn't I get this, right? And the way he explains those triggers and how the other person's pain body, if that's a match with your pain body, right? How they amplify each other, they're energetic. Like I could always feel energies and the tensions and things in my body, but they cause us so much suffering, so much pain, so many sleepless nights, so many nightmares, right? So much procrastination and all these kind of things, right? So what we need to learn to resolve the pain bodies, this is a very brief explanation, right? This is actually best to work through with someone one-on-one, right? With your counselor, with your therapist, psychologist, coach, whoever you're working with, or you can book in a session with me and we can do it together. But initially, to get the hang of this, what that actually means, it's better to do that with another person, right? It was for me, right? Anyway, just putting it out there. I don't want you to create more frustration than is necessary. But what kind of needs to happen is for us to get out of all this mental activity, the narrative that we create about what just happened, right? How we rehash, we ruminate, we try to analyze, and the blaming and things like all this kind of thing, all these different kind of stories, they're kind of unique to each one of us, right? And depending on what kind of pain body, but it's more of an abandonment or rejection or worthlessness or the flaws or disappointment, right? There's different triggers, there's different themes or schemas to the pain bodies that we want to get to the bottom of. And when we can really stay with the energetics, for lack of a better word, I try to that sensation in your body, to really get there and look what's there on a deeper level. That is, we can stay with that. That is how we kind of make room. You might have often heard me talk about making room for those emotions and things that we do not like so much, right? That in a sense does that. It creates some spaciousness, this allowing this to be there. Okay, here it is, this pain body, it's here, it's activated, right? Because we have lots of them, and some of them are dormant, they're not actually bugging us right now, but if the right person does the right thing at the right time, it can catch you, right? So, but initially it's always best, in my case, it was always best to do that in retrospect at home by myself in a safe space, right? As you get the hang of it and what that means, eventually you can actually catch yourself in the moment. And the minute you resolve your pain body and the other person's pain body has nothing to feed off, it kind of just fizzles out. It's almost like magic. It's really bizarre how that happens, right? So I was just thought that might be something of interest to you to check that. To check that out. It really resonated with me, the way he explained the pain bodies. Like, as I said, not so much when I was in crisis, it didn't make sense then, but as I got better, I already had quite a number of years of therapy at that point, and I understood trauma and the effects and the neuroscience and the nervous system regulation very well by the time I read his book. So I just wanted to add that on. Okay, now I'm going. I'm back home now. Look at how gorgeous it is here. Absolutely stunning.